Good morning. This is the Friday session of my little video blog. I'm changing things up slightly, but only slightly from what I had earlier planned to do, and that is caused by the death of Prince. Um, so much of what I've been hearing about him today from people who worked with him extensively um, fits in perfectly with this act outside the box motif that I have been talking about. This was a man who um, traveled his own road. He believed in the type of music that he was doing. It was different from uh, the accepted um, way of doing things, but he stayed the course and finally won out. And that to me is great. And obviously, that's what I'm trying to do as well in casting of characters and the way I do things, the types of novels I put out, the fact that I put out, most of my novels are adult or very adult, but the first one that I put out for public consumption is young adult or new adult, uh, you know, 13 through 24 years old. You know, um, literary folks, when you go to conferences, will say, "Oh, don't do that. Stick to one genre and." And do that. I don't do that because I have stories I want to tell, and sometimes they might go into a different area than my mainstream fiction uh, way of doing things, which is at the heart of most of the novels that I have worked on or am working on. One of the attributes about Prince that came out today was he was self-taught. Um, I you look at many of the um, musicians, and I'll say authors as well, who have carved out their own unique niche, are those who have been self-taught. They didn't follow the accepted script because they never put themselves in a position to where they had to learn the accepted script. Um, I put out a comment on someone's Facebook post when the news of Prince's death first went around, and I was saying, when we sit there and we hear about these deaths of different icons, the one thing we have to remember is, one, we're all terminal. Two, there is no time stamp on our lives so that we know when that final day will come. September 28th, 2036. Okay. No, we don't know that. And I irritated um, one person in saying that. I was callous. They said, but I guess when you get a little older, you look at things like mortality different, and you accept that that's hanging. That's out there. Um, my um, you know, so many people are talking about the great loss of Prince. That's understandable. Um, Mine, when I was younger, was the death of Jimi Hendrix. Um, I I was fascinated by the guy's music, and I still am. Um, some of his early recorded stuff, yeah, there's a lot of good music on there. But it was only as he got later in life and was putting out more of his live stuff that I got to see not only interesting ideas, but just this fantastic self taught ability to mix R&B and jazz and rock into a unique style. And I was crushed when I saw the news. I was living in the Dalles and heard that Hendrix had died. And part of my sorrow was, I knew he was very big into drugs earlier in his life, but in some of his songs, he was talking about, you can be a jellyfish, and it's kind of nice to do that, but sometimes the wind ain't right. Um, that for me, and I still put it on all the time. I have several songs that I put on when I'm working out. One of them that I include when I really want to hit a high pace is "Power of Love" that Hendrix did with his band of gypsies on New Year's Eve concert. I mean, yeah, he's a rock and roll star, but some of those solos that he did, they're jazz performances. You just put instead of electric guitar, you put him on a trombone or a trumpet, and yeah, that stuff is that's genius. And once again, he did it on his own. He was a shy, painfully shy kid who was given a guitar when he was, a teenager, I believe, early teens, and he taught himself to play. Wow, to be able to take that, listen to, some of the greats like Buddy Guy and I'm sure Albert King, and then take some of what they taught him and adapt it to his own style, and then to do it. Um, yeah, my hat's off to him. Everyone is sad because Prince died at the age of 57. Hendrix died at the age of 27. I would have loved to see him live on and be in his 50s and 60s, just so I could see where he was taking his music. I, you know, he was getting out of that rock star, big drugs kind of lifestyle that was there, and boy, talk about the potential for what his music could have been. Uh, and I to a degree, I follow a similar path. I'm doing things my way. Uh, and if some literary agent and publishing house wants to come alongside and follow me in my dream, good. Um, if not, I'll self-publish. If that's what I need to do. So um, you know, that's it. I'm going to get into take the weekend off. Monday, I'll get back into a more pure literary discussion. I will talk about revision. I touched on it in yesterday's blog. And I will give you an example of exactly what I am doing right now. Robe in pajamas, which means I'm putting fingertips on keyboard as soon as I'm done with this. So thank you. Have a good weekend. I'm going to go and see family, and looking forward to being surrounded by fantastic people and good times. And I'll talk to you again on Monday. Uh, have a good one. If you're a writer, write the hell out of it, and we'll see you later. Bye.